in.
Now, does cryptocurrency have a future, or has it just been exposed as the biggest ever get-rich-quick scam after the collapse of the FTX crypto exchange?
We're now joined by Danny Masters, Chairman of CoinShares and Director of the world's largest fully regulated Bitcoin fund and one of the world's leading experts on the subject. Danny, thank you for joining us. It looks very sunny there, wherever you are. And, I mean, how damaging is the collapse of FTX to the whole crypto industry?
Well, good morning, Phil. Good morning, Esther. Great to see you. I just wanted to go back to your last segment. I am drinking a little water here instead of the Kit Kat, so I think you might see I've lost a little weight, and it's definitely working. The FTX debacle is a very large black eye for the cryptocurrency industry, and I think we need to be clear about what has happened here. This is a human failure, a human tragedy in many ways. It's not a failure of crypto or blockchain per se, but it's multiple failures around governance, fiduciary duty, oversight, and other such things. In a nutshell, the second largest cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, run by an iconic leader, Sam Bankman-Fried, has sprung to prominence over the last few years and was trading many, many billions of dollars of fiat currency and cryptocurrency every day. And in an...
Oh, he seems to have frozen there.
He's frozen with his glass of water.
Yeah, that's what it was. If he had had a Kit Kat, he would have been absolutely fine. We'll come back to Danny, because like I said, he is one of the world's leading experts on this, and we want to know, does it have a future? But we'll look now at the case he was talking about, and how, interestingly, people got involved. You saw this company, his name now is Sam Bankman-Fried. Have we got Danny back?
I think we've got Danny back.
If we've got Danny back, we'll save you, Andrew. Andrew, we will have you back, but we'll go back to Danny.
Danny's back there. Danny, I think what I wanted to know really is that, if people read the story about FTX, and they'll probably be worried, people who have either invested in crypto or are thinking about investing in crypto, what would your advice be to people on the back of what's happened to FTX about what they should do to potentially protect themselves from any losses? I think we've lost him again.
Oh, no, here he is. Yeah. OK, it's dropping in and out, which is really, really unfortunate, because we'd like to bring him back, and maybe on another week if it's not this week there. So let's go back to this debacle. This company, a young group of lads, set it up and basically lost £27 billion. So come on.
Absolutely outrageous. And it's appropriate that Danny froze, because many of the assets in cryptocurrency are being frozen as we speak. It's a huge, huge story. One of the biggest ones. This is how it sort of broke last week, where he was sort of saying, and the rather appropriate name, Sam Bankman-Fried was probably a more appropriate way of doing it.
So we're now calling it fraud.
Well, it is fraud. And what's happened, you're right, Esther, is that what's happened, they got lots and lots of major celebrities came out to support it. And now what's happened, there's a class action lawsuit, which was announced on November the 17th, basically alleging all sorts of deceptive means about investing. And the person who's now taken over as CEO is John Ray III, who was a veteran insolvency professional, and he basically was in charge of winding down Enron and stuff like that, you might remember. And he says, never in my career have I seen such a complete failure of corporate controls and such a complete absence of trustworthy financial information occurred here.
But what happened was, here you've got this young lad, people are wishing they understood it. He obviously paid lots, and you've got Tony Blair there, you've got Bill Clinton there, you've got superstars and models there, all saying, isn't it a wonderful thing to be doing and investing in? And most of them don't know how cryptocurrency works at all. And that's sort of the problem. Nobody knew how it worked. They just wanted to think that you could make money quickly on it.
And that's the real problem, because you saw massive, it's been a roller coaster ride in terms of the huge increase, but also the huge decreases as a result. And lots of celebrities come out. We talked about Kim Kardashian coming out with her own problems about cryptocurrency on that sort of basis. What happens is people want to get rich quick. And the easiest way of being a cryptocurrency millionaire is to start off by being a billionaire, because you can lose an absolute fortune. So you have to understand it. The problem for a lot of it is not regulated. I know Danny did his own sort of regulations thing on that sort of basis, but it's incredibly volatile. And you'll see the highs and lows. If we bought cryptocurrency a year ago to this day, it would have fallen down by 77% just about to where we are today. If you look at the prices, it was $69,000 this time last year. It's now about, I think it's about sort of 16 or things like that on the sort of basis.
So you're a futurist, Andrew. Is cryptocurrencies, are they here to stay? Do you think or is this the beginning of the end? I mean, but, you know, obviously during the financial crash, Lehman Brothers went bust. Nobody stopped investing in banks on the back of it. Or
Northern Rock.
Yeah, Northern Rock and stuff.
What we need, and it's starting to happen, is that it needs to be regulated. We need to make sure that people don't invest in this sort of quick, get-rich-quick scheme. The idea that you have a centralised digital ledger, which is all off the back of the blockchain, makes a lot of sense. So the reason it started, it's the wonderful chap called, it may not be a chap, it might be just a group of people called Satoshi Nakamoto. And it started when the banks basically collapsed after the banking crisis. So they tried to work on this basis where you can circumvent the banks. So the principle is absolutely right, but it needs to be regulated. And you need to make sure that you invest and only invest what you're happy to do at the current time.
And that's the whole thing, though. It was meant to be like individuals' money rather than countries, rather than banks. So some people might be cynical and say, well, this was a ploy, because if ever there was a bloody nose given to an industry, it's this one. Is it because, and maybe this is conspiracy theory talk, they want to get rid of cryptocurrency? Most countries don't want it. What do you think?
Yeah, well, there might be something in that. Anyway,
it's a big threat, absolutely. And Donald Trump called it a big scam, is what he said. So make sure it didn't devalue the dollar as the universal currency. So you're right.
Thank you for joining us. Well, hopefully we'll try and get Danny on next week to see if he can share his expertise with us then.